beloved?
What up, though? What up, though?
Regular.
I could dig it. I could dig it. We live again, so I'm gonna ask you to go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Yo, this is Baby Ball, South Bronx. You already know.
Word up. So, I prepared a few questions, man, because I wanted to get more familiar with you, and I know some of the people that's probably watching wanted to get a little bit more familiar with you and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay, so tell me about Baby Bob and the people and events that made you the man you are today.
Well, I'm part of history, man. In all ways, man. When you're born in Harlem, you got a different kind of pride. You know, so most of my family, my grandparents, came from the South. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, things of that nature. So if you really do the science, I'm the second generation New Yorker because my parents is the first born, you know what I mean, in New York. Our grandparents is from the South. So that all plays in our attitude and the makeup of Harlem. The history is real rich, and we ain't just talking about money. That's funny, that don't make us. So I say that to say, both my parents is born in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? My mom was born in some other hospital that's like, it's in Harlem, but I don't even know where it's at. My sister always snap on me. My younger sister, Naisha, she always snap on me about that. It's on like 124 somewhere in Harlem. My father born in Presbyterian. He come out the battleground. My mother, my mother's side is more of the street side, and then now, thank God, we all, living life. But in the 70s and the 80s, my family was enriched in the progress of trying to become successful, and that's what kind of brought the product of me, both my parents were teenagers. I'm born in Harlem Hospital. We say Harlem Hospital, but people don't even take real pride in Harlem Hospital. We never loved the hospital that's in the hood. In the Bronx is Lincoln Hospital, in the South Bronx. In Harlem is Harlem Hospital, but they save our lives. But anyway, long story short, I come from a rich history, man. A lot of my uncles, were major, in the transition through the 80s and gave a lot of style, man, from the BBS rims to the clubs. But I'm not going to go too far.
It really hurt me when they killed Stan. Nobody knew who to shoot. We ain't even have a plan. He sold me my first gun. He held my first son. If I was with him shooting it out, bitch, we the one. I shed tears for my niggas who ain't here. They tattooed and spit that real shit to remember him. Bitch, I'm that dude. Catch a op and spit on his baby daughter. I'm that rule. Right at 3 o'clock, as soon as he get out of school. You killed my dude. I don't give a fuck about you. I hope somebody killed you in case I never found.
I'm gonna rewind a little bit. And I'm going to say, I grew up in the South Bronx for the most part. I'm 40, I'll be 41, God willing. And the story is very typical in a sense, but it's not. Because inside of growing up in an urban environment, whatever name we want to give it, hood, this, that, and the third, there's a lot of rules and regulations that's unwritten. There's a lot of codes. You understand? So let's go to the normal things. Your mother taught you how to respect others. So I come from respect. I come from principles. You listen to what your mother said. Even though we's a little disobedient, as men, we go our own way, but principles remain the same. No tattletale. You know what I'm saying? Respecting your elders, helping the elders. These simple morals. Everybody in my family, you got to take care of your kids. These is like rules that if you don't take care of your kids, then we can't even be homies. Because if you don't love them, how can you love me? So let's say I come from a different cloth. It ain't all about the nonsense. The nonsense comes because you got to keep certain jokers in check. That's a life. You understand? And it doesn't always have to be violent. It could be verbal. So I don't want to get lost in all about me in a sense of that, but I come from principles and morals. That's just the bottom line.
I can respect that.
And as far as I'm answering some more, I heard your question. As far as my activities, I grew up, in the South Bronx, meaning I could have went to college and school early, but in the 80s I was influenced by the lifestyle, moreover than anything, the cars, the jewelry, the pretty women. So as I got, before a teenager, I was already attracted to this. I already wanted to be a part of it because I seen it in my household. You know what I'm saying? scared. I'm using that name because the people know that name. So that was big to people at that time. But I had uncles more successful than him, you know, and if you want to put it on that level. But some people got an it factor, and old boy had an it factor. So I was around the hoo-hoo. My godmother's name was Miss Cutie. We all shared her. From the AZs to the you know, she was a girlfriend of Fat Stevie. Things of this nature. Their kids lived in our building, you know? So it was a lot of, and I can name all type of names. We'll get in that down the line. So I started going to jail early, you know, Sparfit. You know, I was in Sparfit at 13 with all my peers. I still got letters from Sparfit and pictures from Sparfit from my peers that's still around, you know? Then, you know, you start transitioning. You know, you do your petty crimes. I'm in an era where the drug game was still prevalent. It was still hundreds of thousands to be made daily, tens of thousands daily at this time. 13-year-old kid, that's appealing. You could buy cars. I was driving at 13. I was going out of town 13, 14 with cars and buying my friends sneakers and had whatever we want. I was in junior high school with big chain. There was 2 people in high school with a car. I was one of them. So other Spanish kid named Roblox. I don't know where he at. He out the Bronx. Shout out to Roblox. I had a GTI, you know what I mean, in 9th grade. You know what I mean? I had coops at 13. You know, I did a lot. I don't even want to get into that because that's kind of, it's regular, but it's not regular because everybody doesn't go past the test of time. So, you know, you do the Rikers Island stuff, you know, the 4 billing, you know what I mean? And that's where you learn your ropes. You learn your ropes in junior high, inside the neighborhood project. Shout out to the Jackson Project, shout out to Melrose Project, shout out to Cortland Park at Vietnam. You know, because I'm not from the project area. You know what I mean? So to be in these tough neighborhoods, you had to you fight, you had to get your name up. It was tough guys in these neighborhoods. My other school was Clark, 149. That's across the street, what you call Mont Haven and Patterson. There's a lot of guys over here. These are tough guys. These ain't regular guys. This ain't the regular part of the Bronx, the South Bronx. It's not the North Bronx. And Pelham and Riverdale. No, this is the heart of New York City with Bronx. There's only certain parts of New York City that's the toughest in the world. South Bronx is one of them. Then you go to Bed-Stuy and Brownsville. Then you got to go around the South Side and things like that. And inside of Harlem and different areas is different things. But I come from the South Bronx, man. So I come with an attitude, man, that's aggressive, ambitious. So people gonna take it the wrong way sometimes, but it's a winning attitude, man. You know, I can't wait for nobody or be on nobody's time. So after you do all the Rikers Island stuff, that prepares you, and you can come home and chill. You're gonna be a wild boy. Rikers Island had made probably the illest people in the world. They was good guys. When they got there, they become animals because every story you heard is true. You ain't even got to get into that. Then you start going up north, you know, and you start seeing things you never seen. You getting around these European guys, man, these white boys, man, 6 feet. It's all the rumors you heard up north about New York prisons. It's true. Babies on the arm, white men got babies on. You 19, you could be 16 upstate. So you a kid, man. You 140 pounds. You guys be 6'6", man. 280 pounds, man. Racists, farmers, man, pilgrims, man. You know, and so all these things play a part in your life. So you gonna either go hard or go home. So then, you know, most people we gotta understand that most people that go to prison come home. You know, God bless the brothers and brothers stay strong. But a lot of brothers come home. So you get caught in that cycle. It's like graduating when you come home from upstate. Especially a teenager in your early 20s, you know, you first start doing your bids, Sparfit, etc. But coming home from upstate is like a rite of passage. A lot of guys can't handle that attention, that survival. You become a different type of guy. You're either going to be a good guy and do the right thing, business-wise, etc. It can make you into a whole different animal. It's funny to see guys that do their first bid and come home. It's just funny because, it changes you. Some for the good, some for the bad. You know, so I went through all that. I went through those transitions. You know, New York City, Sparfit, in the South Bronx, Rikers Island, upstate New York, federal. Then I went to federal prison very young. You know, so I did 11 birthdays straight. I went to federal prison at 23. So all that 6'9" shit I was facing, we had the death penalty. You can Google that. You know, we had the death penalty case. I didn't have it, but I was part of the case. I didn't really have nothing to do with the case on the violence side because I was in prison. I just came home for doing 3.5 years I was only home 8 months when the feds came. You know?
For sure.
And that's a whole other ball game. So that's kind of basic. Then we can get into some other stuff, but that's 0 to 23. And then there was a lot of mess in between that for me to have a name, for my guys to have a name, for us to be the murder unit.
You say you did 11 birthdays straight?
I did 11 birthdays from like 19 to 28. From 19 to 28, I was probably home a year or two. If that. I know probably a little over a year in those years, you know. And then I did juvenile a little in and out, but you know, juvenile different to get in and out. You know what I mean? So I really ain't started doing time till about 19, 20. But I was already on the island from 16 all the way up. When my birthday of 16, I was on Rikers Island. May of my birthday, when I turned 16, I was on Rikers Island before the phones was going out. You know what I mean? When the phones were straight out, wasn't no PIN number and all that. You understand? And my first day, me and my man, shout out to Smoothie. My first day on the island, my man Smoothie, last name McCullough. My man Smoothie, right? Me and him, we met in the Central Booking. And me and him, the first time we was ever on the island, shout out to 40. 40 had the house. I don't know nothing about that Rikers Island. That's my first time. I just heard about it. You better get busy. You understand? It was a Crip kid. This is Crip back then. This is early 90s, 94 type shit like that. You know what I mean? And a kid named 40 had the phone. I don't know nothing about no phone shit. You know what I'm saying? On the level of how it really go. So I need the phone. That was my first thing I ever did on Rikers Island. I said I need the phone. You know what I mean? Why I heard this is what gotta go down, and it wasn't even a foul of lease. This is what I do. I wanna be in charge. Cause that's where I come from. You know what I'm saying? You're not going, that's why you can't tell me what to do. I don't like that. I'm gonna listen, but I got my own mind. So I went at the kid for the phone. Yo, what's up with the phone, man? It was you know? And he looking at me like, yo, don't touch the phone type shit. So I look at the CEO, I look at him. All right, so now I go back. So I'm figuring out, because I ain't want to just be cold, real disrespectful. So I went back and see what was going on. Everybody sitting on their bed. I get back up and pick up the phone. Ain't nobody on the phone. So he like, yo, we can't, So it pop off. We get the popping. Boom, boom. Me and my man Smoothie, he from Mitchell Projects. You know what I mean? That's my guy to this day. We've been in Rikers Island. We've been up north. We've been in the feds together. And I see him in the street. He home. God bless him. Right?
God bless.
We get the popping. We fighting. Boom, boom, boom. We beat the dudes up. Dudes get cut themselves on the locker. You know, the military-ass lockers. They start bleeding. You know what I'm saying? So when that go on, you understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's my welcoming. You know what I'm saying? That's my first time. So I'm not with all that. You know what I mean? That don't make me tough or nothing, but I'm going to stand on, I'm taught to be a man.
So you made your bones on the phone, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's regular. That ain't nothing to brag about, It's just, I've been through it. I'm one of them guys that could tell. I did the cuttings, the shootings, the jails. I did all that. And this is why I'm able to tell a young man, you don't want to go down that route. It's pain. It's hard. You're going to hurt yourself, your family, your kids, and everybody. So this is where my passion and my aggression comes off at. Because I don't like jokers that be faking. You know what I'm saying? Far as when it comes to these young guys. You know what I mean? You got to tell these young guys the truth, man. And that's all I know.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? However it is, that's where I'm at with it. And it's going to come off different because we're not speaking to no backpack kids. You're speaking to murderers, man. Kids that's inspired to be millionaires by any way. Everybody ain't rapping and playing ball. So that's who I'm talking to. That's who my energy is for. My energy is for these young guys that's really about this street life and letting them know y'all can do other things. So I can take that energy and make movies, you know, teach and all that. And that's where we going. That's where your platform is. That's where everybody's platform is because the energy is changing. You know what I mean? As we losing brothers and unsudden deaths, like, let's be for real.